Hey, it's Nikki Thompson, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Nikki, embracing your sexual energy. This episode is going to be a good one. So this episode is all about how when you are in full alignment, it is both easier and harder in life. And I'm going to explain what I mean by both of those. But before I get into that, I just wanted to ask you a little favor. If you could please rate this podcast on Spotify or iTunes and leave a review, that would be unreal, because I really want this podcast to get out to as many people as possible. And yeah, you are able to help me do that. So if you are getting something out of this podcast, I would love for you to go and do that for me. That would be fantastic. Okay, so this episode idea came to me because it's just happening in my life everywhere right now. So it is both easier and harder to live in full alignment. And what I mean by full alignment is when you are able to embrace your sexual energy, reconnect with your physical body, you understand and appreciate and treasure who you truly are. And then you need to step out and be that person. So as women, we grow up often getting used to and just feeling like this is completely normal to wearing a mask. We're like wearing a mask all the time. It's like, for me, it was always the little thoughts in my head that were things like, what are they going to think of me? Like, I need to dress a certain way. And quite often when I was dressing, I was more dressing for what other women would think of me, not other men, because I feel like women are way more judgmental, right? And so this was always in my head, like, I need to wear a mask. Don't be too over the top. Don't be the center of attention. Don't do it this way because such and such will think of you this way. Make sure you're achieving all of these things, but make sure you do it so that, present the fact that it looks easy. Make sure it looks easy, because no one wants to see a woman who is nailing her career, nailing motherhood, nailing blah, 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 clean house, but she shouldn't look too frazzled. Like all of these masks that we're constantly putting on, that when we are in full alignment, we don't need all of that approval to be happy. And to be honest, I don't think we were ever really happy when we were constantly living with that, trying to get that approval. So when we take off that mask and we step out into the world as our real selves, it is fucking hard. So that's the hard part, because we need to step out, and for the first time, we feel like people could judge us for the real us, not the fake us. Because when they're judging us for the fake version of us that we're putting out there, it doesn't kind of hurt that much. Like, it hurts, but, if they're being negative, well, but I thought I was meant to do that. Or, you feel like you can put the blame on other things because it's not really who you are. But then when you step out as your real self, you're really putting everything out there, and that can be quite hard. However, that's also much easier in that everything flows. So for me, for the past 8 years, I have worked in online marketing, whether it was running my own business, working for somebody else. I've always focused on online marketing, and I feel like I'm really good at that. And I sort of did not want to stand out too much. Like, I kind of blended into the background a bit. And I never felt in full alignment. I love marketing, absolutely, and especially something I believe in, but I just felt like it wasn't fully me. And I couldn't really work out what it was until I stopped trying. When I was able to connect with myself, I realized that teaching and in counseling, life coaching is always what I've loved to do. And to a part, when I was running my own businesses before, I was teaching people how to market, and it was fun. I did enjoy it, but my main sources of income was doing client work. And I really wanted my main source of income to revolve around the teaching side of things, the coaching side of things. And that's what I have now. And that's what I'm building, and that's what I'm working towards, is having the business that truly aligns with me. And when I was, going through this whole journey myself, I'm like, holy shit, I need to share this with other women. This is what I was meant to be teaching all along, because some people are good at teaching, some people aren't. Like, it's not their strength. Their strength is in other areas. For me, I'm able to break down a very complex kind of theory into real life examples, step by steps. That's my strength. That's what I love to do. And I love to see what other people are experiencing and how can I help them. So when I was able to fully align both my life, my business, my thoughts, my actions, all of these things, everything started to flow. And a whole heap of kind of synchronicities were happening for me. I launched my own business, and at the same time, a mentoring option became available for me to join a group on the same day, which was exactly what I'd been looking for. So I did that, and that has been fantastic. And one of the things that came out of the intro, like the foundational content of that, was that, imagine, and this is a wild imagination, that you're standing in front of an audience full of your ideal clients. And no joke, the very next day, there was an invitation to a conference full of people, full of my ideal audience, my ideal clients. And I just thought, holy shit, I'm in. Like, all of these things just continue to happen. Just incredible things, but all the time. And this is what happens when you're in full alignment. Experts coming onto the podcast. I've got some great experts coming on. This is fantastic news. I'm being interviewed on other people's podcasts, and these are incredible experts in the industry of women's health that I could not have ever imagined before. But all of these things continue to line up, and it just makes me feel like this is the right path. So on one hand, it's fucking scary to step out and share my real self with everybody and share my real passion and my real kind of soul to everybody. But on the other hand, by doing that, everything just flows. Everything is easier and it's more beautiful, and it just feels so much better. And even if you're thinking of running a business and you think, I just have to be in alignment and everything will be easy, that is definitely not the case. I work my butt off. I have my creative moments, which I optimize. I then have my structures in place and all of this kind of stuff. I'm not just woo-woo and put these things out there and everything just all lines up miraculously and I just don't have to do anything. That's not the case. You still need to have the desire and the passion to serve, and also things line up, so it's an exciting possibility for you as well, is that when you look and peel back these beliefs, these negative beliefs that are holding you back around sex, sexuality, your body, the fact that you are allowed to have pleasure with your body, that your body is not just for other people's pleasure or to serve other people, it's there for you as well. When you start to appreciate, love, and nurture your physical body, you can start to hear your intuition again. You can start to listen to her again and make decisions based on what you really want, what is best for you. Because at my core, what I want and what is best for me is also best for other people. At my core, I want the best for my children. I want the best for a partner, for family, for friends, for clients, for, the greater community, because that's who I am. And so when I take care of myself, all of these other things line up as well. And that's the beauty of an empowered woman, a woman who is fully aligned and fully connected. And I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect. Yesterday, I was just exhausted. I was on the couch eating nachos, watching Netflix. Actually, I think I was watching Stan. And I was watching My Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce, which is quite funny. And just feeling like a bit blah. And then it made me, these moments happen. Just because you start masturbating or enjoying your body doesn't mean that everything's just happy and perfect for the rest of your life. It's all a process. It's all a journey. But for me, the majority of my life is amazing. And then I have those down points, but those down points highlight the fact that I have so many up points. High points is probably a better word. So this is what I want you to kind of take away from today's episode, is that when you're in full alignment, it's both easier and harder for your life. It's easier because things start to flow and line up. And it's harder because then you're putting your real self out there. But when we're fully connected and over time, you start to learn not to care about that, not to care about what other people think, not to care or feel as though you're at the mercy of what other people think of you in terms of how you're going to feel that day. Because I hate that roller coaster. Oh, I got a bad review. Oh, my day is shit, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I had a good review. Yay, this is awesome. Yes, I celebrate the highs and I get a little down on the lows, but it doesn't impact my day as much as what it used to. Because for me now, I'm loving life. Life is so good. And that's based on no one else's perspective, especially starting a business from scratch. So pivoting into sexual energy and tantra and all of the life and business coaching is starting again for me in a way. And so it's a matter of putting myself fully out there and knowing that the people who want to work with me will naturally come this way because they'll hear this is the message that they've needed to hear. And that's what I trust in. So I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I love the podcast. I have loved the messages that have been coming through. I've loved the fact that other women are able to start to step up and start to embrace and go on this journey as well. So I'm really excited. That was like some weird hiccup. I'm really excited to continue to have you on this journey with me. And I'm looking forward to next week. Over the next, throughout July, I've got a number of interviews I'll be doing with guests, and you'll get to hear their story, and I cannot wait to share that with you. I've got some amazing guests. I can't share the names with you yet because I want them to be a surprise because they are amazing. And I really am just so, so grateful to you for listening and taking the time out of your day to hear this message. I just hope that it has a beautiful, positive effect on the rest of your day. So until next week, I hope you have the best week. See ya.